Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. In the name of God, the most gracious, the most merciful, I begin by praising Allah, the Lord of the universe, and I send peace and blessing on His last messenger, Muhammad, as well as all of the prophets and messengers before him, including Jesus, Moses, Abraham, Adam, and others, peace be upon them all. My name is Ashfaq Prakar, and on behalf of the 877 WhyIslam Outreach Project, as well as the Muslim leadership that are represented today, I would like to welcome you all as our respected guests. Whether you be persons of the media, our friends from other faith groups, local officials, or community members, welcome, and I greet you with the Islamic greeting of peace. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. The 877 WhyIslam project, it's a project of the Islamic Circle of North America, and it's dedicated to the dissemination of accurate information about Islam and Muslims. We operate a toll-free hotline, 877 WhyIslam, an informative website, www.whyislam.org. We distribute a range of literature, including brochures and free copies of the Quran. And we conduct a variety of grassroots efforts to try and build relations with people of other faith groups and the broader American society. And this press conference today is one example of the type of interactions that we try to promote with the broader American society. Today's press conference marks the upcoming 10-year anniversary of the 9/11 terrorist attacks. Attacks that claimed the lives of so many innocent civilians of our country. An event that continues to impact families, friends, and communities of those people who have survived the victims. The 877 WhyIslam project began in 1999. And when we look today, 12 years later, and we look at the many activities that are being done through this project, there's one person's name that comes to the minds of those people who are involved in this project. Whether he was somebody known to our current team, or whether he was not known to our current team, he has become a source of admiration, motivation, and inspiration for the whole of the team. And we'd like to begin today's event with a tribute to him. Tariq Amanullah, he went to work at the World Trade Center on 9/11, and he simply never returned. He's often identified as an assistant vice president of the Fiduciary Trust. However, very few people know Amanullah as a person of the Muslim faith, and also as somebody who was a founding member of this team, a team that continues to run this project, which we term 877 WhyIslam. And as we approach the 10-year anniversary of 9/11, the WhyIslam team would like to pay a special tribute to him in starting today's event. WhyIslam team members remember Tariq Amanullah for his humility, his devoted nature, and his selfless work, As one of the members of the team expresses, the mere mention of Brother Tariq Amanullah's name evokes a range of feelings within me, from a sense of loss to proud admiration for his contribution to the cause of Islam. Another member states, Brother Tariq was a very humble man. He had a unique smile and was soft-spoken in nature. He had a down-to-earth personality and was very meticulous in his work. He was a valuable team member and was loved by everyone. Most of the team members' last memories of Tariq are associated with the Great Muslim Adventure Day, which was held at Six Flags Great Adventure, New Jersey, just days before the 9/11 attacks. One of the members said, "How can I forget Brother Tariq Amanullah? I still remember my last talk with him at the Six Flags Park Arena after a tiring day. I still see his smiling face from that day." Tariq Amanullah had managed the ticket booth at this WhyIslam event. And one person recalls, "I had never thought that after a few days I'm going to lose this very dear friend of mine." And from that year onwards, this person in the team, he says, "I have volunteered myself to manage the responsibility of the ticket booth, just to share my deep feelings and love for Brother Tariq." Another member of our WhyIslam team, he expresses himself, "To me, Tariq Amanullah was the epitome of the ideal Islamic worker, always available to serve the cause, and yet humble to the point of being self-effacing. The memories of his dedicated service will always remain a source of motivation for me and for many others who have had the privilege of knowing him." Tariq Amanullah was survived by his parents, his siblings, his wife, and 2 children. For those that did not meet him, including myself, he still remains a source of admiration to those that didn't even know him, a source of admiration, a source of motivation, and as a founding member of this team, somebody who sacrificed so much to bring us to where we are today. And as Americans living in America, just as we recognize 200 years after the founding of this country, we continue to recognize the founding fathers, whether it be Thomas Jefferson, Abraham Lincoln, and others. These are people who allowed us, through their sacrifices, to allow us to enjoy the freedoms and the liberties that we take for granted today. In the same way, the WhyIslam team members pay this tribute to the late Tariq Amanullah for his efforts in laying the foundation for today's outreach project. With this, I would like to ask that we take a minute and we observe a few moments of silence and reflection to remember not only Brother Tariq Amanullah, but for all of the victims of 9/11, whether they be Muslim, whether they be non-Muslim, and we take a moment to reflect on them. So